Hello, Taurus. Welcome, my friends, to your reading. So we're going to look into your past, present, and future energies. If you go to the very beginning of this week's Aquarius video, you'll see why I'm doing zodiac readings right now. So that's the explanation. Instead of me explaining it over and over again 12 times this week, I did it in Aquarius, the first video, and you can there, it's like literally at the start, so it doesn't take you long to get to it. If you want, if you don't, it's fine. You stick around for your reading. I dressed up a little bit today. Not a lot, just a little bit. Yeah, because the day that you are going to see this is my birthday. So you guys are getting a reading on my birthday. It's not actually my birthday today when I'm recording this for you, but it will come out on Tuesday, April the 14th, the day that Lincoln was shot, the day that the Titanic hit the iceberg. Well, maybe it's just a good thing I was born on that day to kind of get rid of all that negative energy. So, past, present, and future for Taurus. You are the second sign already this week, and you're only the fourth one, so it's like half of y'all so far have got some deceit going on here. That's all I'm going to say. Well, it's not all I'm going to say. There's more cards to come out. I'm not going to do the reading until I get it all out. Now, the one thing with deceit is what I will say, is that that's always coming from you. Deceit always comes from you. If others are deceiving you, it's because you're letting them do that. So you're deceiving yourself in a sense. So that was that first deck I used was my Energy Oracle deck. And now I'm going to my Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Interesting. Now I'm going to the tarot. Nice sound effects, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to say for Taurus, if you're not interested in a love reading, this might not be your reading. So it looks like for Taurus, this is all about love. What it looks like, before I start showing you the cards, I'm really trying not to trigger anybody right now. You know, it's a very sensitive time for people. The past is a broken heart. And there's definitely some sort of being out in the cold. It seemed like your sunshine, your happiness turned into like devil energy here. But I feel like it was a deception, because deception is now your present energy. Deception is now your present energy, but I think it's more about starting to see clearly. I think it's more about starting to see clearly in this deceit. I think you're actually working through it because the devil appears in your past, but yet the deceit card appears in your present. It's like you're looking at that now. And then in the future, your future looks really good. Your future actually looks really good. It looks really positive, really light, happy energy compared to where it's been. So let's just say that and then let's move forward. I'm going to show you the cards. So what you got for the past is you got broken heart and the bear spirit here. So in the past, your heart was broken. You were feeling, gosh, I feel like all you could do is focus on the broken heart, to be honest. I kind of get this energy. This bear is coming off as like Taurus energy for me right now. And it is showing up as Earth sign energy. So it does feel like all you could do was look at the broken heart in your past. However relevant this is to you. It could be a past like yesterday. It could be, depending on where you sit in the reading, you could still be in it. And this is just to try to show you where this energy is moving towards. See how it resonates. If you've got no broken heart at all, you haven't lived much of a life. So I don't know. Everybody's got some sort of broken heart in their past. So the bear, you were really focused on your own broken heart here. And the tarot cards that came out for your past are the Five of Pentacles, the Sun card, and the Devil. Which is making me feel like the sun is a bit of an illusion here. The sun was a bit of an illusion. It's the reality of... The tarot is sort of telling us, yes, there was a broken heart here, but there's more to it than what you were looking at, really. Because the Devil card is here. And that's definitely deceit, it's codependency, it's bad habits, it's bad thinking. It's, thinking that we're trapped in a situation when we may or may not actually be trapped in a situation. It's usually what we do to ourselves that put us into this energy, or we allow others to do to us, which is part of that self-deceit, right? By allowing others to do stuff to you. So, your present energy, current energies. Sorry, I feel like my hair is tickling my ear. You have the Deceit card and the Cobra. Look at all the red. I feel like a little bit of anger, actually. A little bit of anger with this. Being angry, fiery, pissed off perhaps. Because the Cobra is, when the Cobra sits up like that, when the Cobra is sitting up in this position, it's ready to strike, is it not? It's come up out of the basket. And it's looking for something to calm it down. It's looking for something, and usually it's the guy with, what is that instrument that he plays? I'm not familiar with what that is. It's not a flute. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but we all know what he's doing. But I think a lot of it is the eye contact, is like maintaining the eye contact with the Cobra. Like something is needed here to keep the Cobra from striking. So there's something within. So you're working on something. You're definitely working on something. And I feel like you're going through the process here. Like having a broken heart or being upset, there's a lot of different stages in that. And you're sort of in the stage of deceit. You may be thinking that somebody's deceived you here, but we have to remember the only person that can ever deceive you is you. You're the only person that can let others deceive you. You always have a sixth sense on something, or maybe you're allowing someone to deceive you because you may think that it benefits you in some short-term way or in one aspect. Like, I get a lot of personal readings of people in this sort of relationships, and like, there's no way I can't get out of it. There's no way I can get out of it. I can't get out of it. Well, there's obviously you can, unless you literally are like chained up and imprisoned in a basement somewhere and someone has taken you physically prisoner. Everything else is a psychological game. Everything else really is a psychological game. So you are allowing the devil to hold you because there's something that the devil is offering you. Whether that's codependency, whether it's, well, you know, this person is the one who makes all the money, so I can't. So yeah, I'm stuck. Or, you know, if this happens, maybe I'll only see my kids every other day instead of every, like, that's, yeah, these things are hard, but you're making a choice. You're always making a choice. So no matter what this devil is, this deceit, it's working through the process of realizing, you know, and maybe it is a monetary deceit. Maybe it is saying, well, I don't want to be half as rich as I am now. Well, and not be free? Well, that's up to you. Okay, so then your clarifiers are quite interesting here. This is kind of like, I see this as a working through it energy. The Two of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. I know you're saying, I thought there was going to be a love reading. Well, I mean, it's based on love, because if your heart is involved, there's some sort of heartbreak. The Two of Cups here, I feel like you're trying to establish what that actually is for you with the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. I feel like you're trying to understand what truly it does mean to equally give, take, receive from you and another person. What is really the equality in that? What has worked and what hasn't worked in the past? And I feel like this is why I'm really getting the impression that for most of you coming to this reading, that you are aware of the self-deceit that's been going on. And that's what you're trying to address here. So by being aware of the self-deceit, you are now looking at, is this an equal give and take? Was this an equal give and take? What is equal give and take? Was I being taken advantage of? If I was being taken advantage of, why was I allowing that to happen? If I was taking advantage of someone, why was I doing that? Right? So I feel like you're actually thinking this process out. It's really good. It's really healthy. The cards look at, that's why I didn't want to say anything until everything came out. I said, well, let's see where this goes. But yeah, it really feels like the past was very heavy. Your present is a little bit, it's constructive, I want to say constructive anger and constructive feelings that you're working through. And now your future is interesting. Your future is a much calmer energy, which is nice to see. You have lizard energy in the thinking woman. Lizard energy is a very empathic energy. Needs to take a break from a lot of other people's energies, a lot of situations and circumstances, needs to pull back, needs to recuperate, needs to lie on that warm rock somewhere and just soak up the sun and feel the energy of the sun, like feel replenished by another source outside of your own, but that source has to be pure and clean, like the sun in a way. Like it can't be usually other people's energies. There's very few people that can be used to kind of clean and clear and refresh your energy. Most people feed off of other energies, right? So usually nature is a source for us to replenish and heal and strengthen ourselves. Keep that in mind. And it's interesting because the thinking woman is all in green too, which kind of reminds me of nature, although she is in a castle. But the thinking woman, I'm getting the energy of your feminine side. Your feminine side here really coming out and nurturing through the thought process. But it's a healthy thought process because it's a little bit like the masculine energy here in you is angry. Like angry, you know, the defensive, the aggressive side here. And then in your future, you're going to be, it's much cooler, calmer. The colors are cooler and calmer in this. I know even though we have all this, you know, there is quite a bit of red in the lizard, there's still tons of greens and blues, very cool colors here. So your feelings, your emotions cooling down, allowing the feminine energy within you, your nurturing side, your little creative, inquisitive side to start exploring what happiness is for you now, which is interesting. It's really like a journey that you're going on here. So the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Wands are the clarifiers for your future. I feel like with the Ten of Cups, you start to realize what happiness is. You actually start to realize what happiness is. And this is an interesting Ten of Cups here because there's more than two people here. There's four people. It's happiness, like this equal give and take. It's kind of a very healthy approach to what love could be. You know, it's this give and take. You can almost, it's almost like saying I can have the Two of Cups with more than one person. Not that kind of a reading, but I mean like on a platonic level maybe. What you guys do in your own time is what you do in your own time. If you can have the Two of Cups with more than one person, if you want, you know, I'm doing the platonic type of Two of Cups with more than one person here. So that's what that is. And then you get the Knight of Cups with the Two of Wands. So it's a lot, there's, you know, all of a sudden there's this water energy where there was fire and swords and depletive energy. So it is a very nurturing, it feels really, really good. And you're taking your Two of Cups, I feel like you're taking your Two of Cups towards Two of Wands energy. And it's about making a choice, making an active choice about something. And I'll show you why too, because the bottom of this tarot deck is the Lover's card. As Gemini energy, it's also though about making a choice. The Lovers is making a choice, and make a choice towards this person. This is my choice. This is what I want to do. So maybe you have maybe you're the one person in here and there's three other choices. So you've narrowed it down to two, and then you've narrowed it down to one. Oh my goodness, Taurus. All right, so let's look at the other underlines. The underline we have here for the Energy Oracle deck is the throat chakra. I think there's things that you need to say that you're not saying. I don't know if it's saying it to other people or saying it to yourself though too, because the Deceit card here with the in the present. I know some people are going to say, no, I know that person has been deceiving me, but you know it, so you're deceiving yourself. Someone can only deceive you if you're allowing them to do that. If you think someone is being deceptive, just call them out and say, well, what are your intentions here? Really, what is it that you want? What are you trying to gain here? Just ask them, and then that's all you gotta do. Okay, the Vulture is the underline in the Wild Animal Spirit deck. So the Vulture removes gucky stuff. The Vulture removes the gucky stuff that nobody else wants to deal with. That is, you know, and I think you're doing that. I think you're doing that. Because this is actually, probably the best way to describe this is deeper shadow work here. Something that triggered you, an event in the past that caused a broken heart that has triggered you into deeper shadow work. And looking at deceit. Yeah, it was Pisces that had the Deceit card. That was going to be their future. But at least for them, it was like a heads up. And it was the same sort of message. Like, you're likely deceiving yourself about something or someone. So let's just open our eyes and see why. Why are we doing that? I'm going to pull out little clarifiers here. Let's pull out little clarifiers. Let's look at this Devil card. The broken heart can be many different things for many of you, right? So, and it does feel like with this bear energy that it was in the past, it was a very strong focus for you. You know, and yeah, you have to do that. When you've gone through some sort of pain, it is completely natural to take it in on your own perspective. What is that pain? Why do I have that pain? Why has the universe done this to me? And then, you know, looking at that and feeling what you need to feel about it. And then I feel like right now you're in the process of doing that shadow work. Being angry. The Devil. Devil. So many cards for the Devil. Wow. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups, of Pentacles, King and Queen of Swords here. It does feel like in the past, so depending on, you know, how this plays out for you, I want to say with the Five of Pentacles here with the Devil and a broken heart with the Sun, okay? It's probably a situation where you were with someone and that ended. Or you don't want to be with someone anymore and it's breaking your heart being in that situation, but you feel trapped. Those are really the two scenarios that are coming out here with these cards. So you're either with someone right now, it's a very depletive energy, it's not a healthy situation or relationship. You know, maybe to the outside world it looks like the sun, it should be happiness and clarity and fulfillment, but it's not. There's like entrapment, it's heavy, it's just shitty energy. It's not conducive to happiness. Because the Devil here is the Nine of Pentacles. So either you want to be this energy, you want to be free and independent and happy and looking after yourself, or it really feels like that. It really feels like that. Like that's what it is. And then, but we have the Five of, it seems almost like, oh, but the Five of Cups, this sorrow is holding you back from having that happiness, from, yeah, because you really, and then on the other side of it is like, look at, there's an Ace of Pentacles. That's a new beginning, a new place to be in life, physically, right? So actually being free from the Devil. And then we have the King and Queen of Swords here. Now this is interesting because you could look at this as divine counterpart energy, or you're seeing it as divine counterpart energy, or it's taking on really strong control of your truth in your life here. Like the King and Queen of Pentacles, like the King of Pentacles is going to speak it up pretty clearly and pretty honestly, almost like just business-like. There's no emotion, there's no passion. It's just, this is how it is, and this is how it's gonna be. If you can't deal with that, I'm cutting it out. Like, because that's what she comes in to do. And she drops the mic, like there's nothing left. God, focus on her. Look at her other hand. Oh my God, I can't stretch any further. I gotta see her. She's, oh, there we go. See the other hand here? I swear to goodness she had a microphone in her hand and she was telling her damn truth and then she was done. That's it. That's it. That's how you get rid of the Devil. I'll tell you. That's how you get rid of the Devil. The Devil is all about smokes and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. The Devil is all about smoke and mirrors. The Devil is always inside you. It absolutely is. I have people doing it all the time. Yeah. The Devil is absolutely inside you. That's why I say the deceit is not from someone else. It's always from you. I learned that too. I learned that too when I had well, yeah. I think I've talked about it before. I had a business partner that was just so narcissistic. It was so horrible. And I had to get out of it. And I did get out of it. And then I didn't trust anybody. I wouldn't be friends with anyone. We moved to a new neighborhood. I would always like stand off to the side. When I was dropping my son off to school, I was like, hi. It's like, I didn't know. And then I thought about it for a while. I thought, why am I like that? And I thought, it's because I don't trust me. I don't trust my judgment. I don't trust, yeah, I'm like, if I got the wool pulled over my eyes before, why? How did that happen? And then someone who was very persistent, a very lovely little earth angel, kept coming up to me and talking to me. Like, what does she want? She wants something from me, right? Like, then you start thinking that. Then the Devil is in you. That's how the Devil energy works. It's your freaking ego being obnoxious. Really, it is. And on so many different levels. And then eventually I realized, I think she's just really nice. I have to look at all the red flags that when I did, I sat down and looked at the red flags from the past of that other person I had become friends with and then a business partner. And I thought, yeah, they were there. And I was just being an idiot, not looking at them, or I wanted to believe a certain thing. So I refused to look at the red flags. And I'm like, have you seen any red flags? Not at all. It's just really nice. So it really changed. It really changed a lot, actually, to really realize that you're the only person that can deceive you. Or if you don't trust people, it's because you don't trust yourself, right? So it's becoming a little preachy, I'm sorry, but I've been through it, so it's okay. I'm sure I'll go through it again. So now, the Cobra and the deceit. This Cobra is just, I get the deceit thing, but the Cobra looks really pissed off. Let's just see what this is. You know, it's some shadow work, something going on here. Really pissed off, this Cobra. It is. Or highly focused. Are you trying to deceive someone? Or are you throwing something interesting going on here? Or you're, yeah, no. I think, yeah, you are. You're trying to deceive yourself. See? That's what that was. So the Cobra is being clarified by the Seven of Cups and the King of Wands here. Very interesting. I'm going to clarify the deceit card, actually. Clarify the deceit card. Let's clarify the deceit card. So the Four of Wands. Interesting, because the Four of Wands is a celebration and partnership. It could be marriage, some sort of commitment here. It looks like with this Cobra and the deceit card in your present energy, because it's both wand based, so I want to say it's focused in the same direction. You're trying to figure out how to get success here in a relationship, but why the deceit? So the Seven of Cups is what makes me kind of think that you're having a lot of difficulty trying to figure it out. It's almost like I feel like you're running out of options here. How else can I do this? What other ways can I go about getting this or being this energy? Kind of feels a bit like you want to be King of Wands. You want to be like, you want to be a little more maybe driven towards what this is that you want. Maybe I need to change a bit of who I am. Like that energy, which is the self-deceit too. It's very fiery. Like it's not typically the energy I would see for Taurus, right? So it is very fiery. But then in your future, you kind of bring that down a bit. Like you get the green, you get the earth energy. But it does feel like you're having difficulty imagining coming up with ways to have success in this. You're trying to be creative, right? You're trying to be creative and more dynamic. I want to say with the King of Wands, because he's like, you know, he's the King of Wands. You know, the Four of Wands is here. It's interesting because the King of Wands is sometimes seen in a reading as maybe having more than one option. More than one option? Like the King of Wands can be an energy where you know, you have the home, you have the spouse, you have the kids, but you also have options outside of the house. Sometimes. I don't know. It's a really interesting energy. It's actually, I don't know. I think some of you are feeling trapped in trying to come up with a solution for something. And it's almost because of that, it's pushing you towards energies that you would not typically take on. It's pushing you towards energies or even ideas that you would not typically take on here. But it doesn't feel like it's in a malicious way. It feels, because it's the Two of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, it really feels like you're trying to figure out what that is for you. It really does. Really, like you feel like you're trying to... So maybe other people will think that you're sort of being deceptive because you're changing your ways or you're changing your approach to things or to people or to them. But it's like you're feeling your way through this. And, you know, and it, for you, it's something like some sort of celebration in a partnership here. It could be friendship, trying to regain a friendship. It could be relationship in terms of marriage. I want to say there's not a lot here for work, though. I think it's mostly like between a person and you. The Seven of Pentacles. So what are you working on here? Let's get more about what you're working on. You never know what you're going to come into. These readings, I tell you. What are y'all up to? Six of Wands, the Wheel, Six of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Five of Swords. So what y'all working on here? You know, the Seven of Pentacles is working on something, but it's, you know, it's a little bit about divine timing. It's planting the seeds and seeing that some of those are growing, some of those are working, and some of them aren't. So which ones do I focus more on? Where am I likely to have greater success? You know, with the Six of Wands, yes, you're looking for success. You're looking for the wheel to change for you. You're looking for some luck to kind of come onto your side here. With the Six of Cups and the Nine of Cups, it does. You know what? It feels like someone from your past. It could be a soulmate connection, but it could be someone from your past where this heartbreak is stemming from, because they brought you happiness with the Nine of Cups. It brought you happiness. You're trying to get happiness back. You're trying to get happiness back, right? So you're trying to get it back. But the Five of Swords is like you feel like you've been pushed out of your happiness. And how do I get back into my happiness? So that's where you are right now. Okay, so let's look into the future because it's a nicer energy. So the lizard card, very empathic. Isn't it interesting though? Like it's still being shown as the fire, the alchemical symbol for fire at the top there, as was the cobra. But the lizard is more chill. It's bringing that down, just, you know, bringing that fiery energy that you're feeling right now, bringing that down just a little chill with that, just a little chill. So let's see what's going on with lizard. What's going on with lizard? The Knight of Wands. You're still going to be all fiery, aren't you, Taurus? You're going for it. You're going to make that romantic gesture. The thinking woman here. Thinking and strategizing. See, that seems more like Taurus to me. Thinking and strategizing. The thinking woman, the Page of Wands and the Six of Swords. Perhaps you've received a message and you're trying to move towards it. I don't know. The Page of Wands and the Six of Swords. You're trying to move towards this message. You're trying to move towards delivering a message, perhaps. Better energy. You're feeling like it's better energy somehow. It's a better situation for you if you can get this message out in the future. And then it gets you all romantic-y with the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups here. So I want to, the Ten of Cups, I swear to goodness gracious, I swear to God, it seems like you have a whole bunch of choices and you're narrowing it down. It's like I don't know, you pick which one you are in here in this picture, and it's like there's three others there. Okay, and then it comes down to, because we've got two wands here, I'm saying, okay, now it comes down to two, right? It comes down to two. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Because the Lovers is at the bottom. And then I said, and you're going to narrow it down to one, which is kind of funny because the King of Wands is sitting behind the Lovers. It might, so maybe it's a fire sign for you that you're dealing with, or maybe you're going to realize that the best Two of Cups is with yourself. I don't know. Ten of Cups, Ten of Cups. The Sun and the Emperor. The Sun and the Emperor. The Two of Cups for you is interesting because you had the Sun before in the past, but it was surrounded by deception. It was surrounded by the Five of Pentacles and the Devil. You can't have healthy Sun surrounded by the Five of Pentacles and the Devil, right? Like you have to free yourself to really get the Sun. You have to be free. You can't have the Sun energy and feel trapped or suppressed or be in a negative mindset or be in a negative situation or life circumstance. So yeah, it's like really taking ownership with the Emperor. This is Aries energy. So I know people are going to want to know, like, what has come out here that is specifically, Gemini for the lovers. The devil is Capricorn, the sun. Okay, yeah, how am I missing this? The devil is Capricorn, the sun is Leo. There you go. Okay, so, but with the Emperor really takes control over the Emperor's life. Nobody's running the Emperor's life. The Emperor won't be found with the devil energy around the Emperor. Other people might think that the Emperor is creating devil energy for them, but again, it's all about self-deceit. If you're allowing the Emperor to do that to you, this is coming from an Aries. If you're allowing your Aries friend to control your life, that's how you get the sun. You have to take control. You have to take control. You have to own your life and live it truly how you want to live it. And then you get the Knight of Cups. The Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. I feel like you've been waiting a long time. A long time. Or you're moving towards someone who ain't doing nothing with the Four of Swords here. So this cup may be towards an energy that you are not speaking with. Everybody's in the Four of Swords right now, so it could be anyone, really. Everyone's in the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Just stay at home. Don't go anywhere. Two of Wands. I was told to talk more about the vulture. I will. I thought you guys knew a lot about it. Oh, okay. So you... Well, be careful. I'm going to get another clarifier. Because we have the Judgment card with the Three of Swords. The Two of Wands is about making a choice usually. Often about a choice in some sort of partnership or looking out into the future for more. There's more for me, right? I'm ready to expand. I'm ready to go out there and find stuff. Judgment is a rebirth. It can be based on a choice to have the rebirth, a choice to have the new beginning. But the Three of Swords, I want to see the other side of the Three of Swords here because it reminds me, okay, the broken heart. Maybe it was like a missed opportunity with the broken heart because you felt trapped about something. So the opportunity fell apart. Because the Three of Swords is associated with the Four of Cups, which is kind of like, you know, not noticing an offer because you're so focused on something that didn't work out for you. But the Ace of Wands is, well, this is the offer. This is bringing passion. Yeah, okay. It's bringing, holding a wand in your hand. It's bringing passion and desire. It's a new beginning in that for you. What are you passionate and desirable about? You know, that new beginning. Okay. Oh yeah, the vulture. I was sort of told to talk, right, because I said it's about that shadow work. Because what does the vulture do but clean out all the gunky, rotten carcass shit all over the planet? And if that stuff wasn't cleared out, every time an animal had a new birth or rebirth, there was fresh new life in the world, there'd probably be a lot more death and pestilence around and virus. But I can't believe I almost said it. But yeah, okay, well, that's interesting. It's to clear out the gunk. You know, clear it out in your head too. But, you know, in a physical sense, you can't have the sun if it's surrounded by these two energies. It ain't happening. The sun ain't coming out in these two places. There's no sunshine there, right? So that's what the vulture, the underlying for you here is with the energy that you're working through. I feel like it's fixing that. That's good. That's real good. Oh, advice card. Gosh, yeah, you guys need advice on this one. It's very windy here. It was very windy here yesterday. Poor little Lily. It was so cold. She went out in the back because I shaved her. I shaved her down because I couldn't take her to a groomer. So I shaved her down. I put her outside. She ran out in the snow. We woke up to all this snow. Actually, it's melted now, thank goodness. It's cold wind. It's like -6 or 7 here. Oh, it's terrible. And so I let her out, and then I went, the door is right by the kitchen. Like I'm 10 feet from the door, and I hear her little nails on the door, let me in. She ran in and she's shivering. I wrapped her up in a big blanket. I don't know why I told you that. Oh, because it's windy here, in case you hear that on the video camera. Okay, advice for Taurus. That was weird. I was about to say Libra. So any Libras that are watching, maybe this is for you too if you're cross-watching. It was so unusual. I thought something flipped as well as came out, but maybe not. Just one card. The Knight of Wands. There's your advice. Do it. Go for it. Be Casanova. Why not? It's fun. But the Knight of Wands, okay, so I could say, yeah, you know, everyone says the Knight of Wands is a player. I'm going to tell you, all the fire signs don't like anyone saying that. Why do people think that? Just because we're passionate and we have desires and we're just like, it's expressive. The Knight of Wands, this is the deal with the Knight of Wands, okay? I never ever say that this is a player unless there's energy that comes out with it to signify that. And I don't think you should do that with any card. Like, I hate when people say, oh, this is Capricorn, I'm dealing with a Capricorn, and he's really... No, not all the time. They can be nice people too. So, the Knight of Wands, because you do have it out here. It seems like something you want to do in the future with the lizard energy, right? You want to be the Knight of Wands. Because the Knight of Wands goes after things and gets things that a lot of people don't. Because the Knight of Wands, this is the difference here for me between the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So, you know, there's this really cool, I don't know. I'm just looking at a street. So I'm using a street as an example here. There's a street. It's kind of a busy street. So you got to be careful. There's something you always wanted on the other side of the street. It's amazing. You got to have it. Oh, I got to have it. So, and this isn't necessarily to say that this is how different signs succeed. I don't like that. It's harnessing different energies of this. So this is how the success can be gained. This is why I want to say the Knight of Wands can be very successful energy over the other knights, depending on the situation. If it's something you've always wanted and it's across the street there, and you know, the road is a little busy, you gotta be careful. The Knight of Swords is like, God damn it, there it is, I'm going. And it just goes, right? Like, because that is the fastest knight in the deck. He is out. You know, because the street's busy, 9 times out of 10, the Knight of Swords gets squished. It doesn't go well. And it doesn't go well because it often is very harsh, not well thought out, not a well thought out plan. Just going for it. They kind of get run over a lot. So they don't always get that thing across the street. Now, I'm going to do the Knight of Wands at the end just to tease you. So the Knight of Cups will spend a little more time thinking about it because they want it to be just right. You know, I want this to be just right. This offer, I want to get this just right. So the Knight of Cups will spend, I want to say the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands are probably neck and neck in terms of success because they both have a little bit of planning here. They both have a little bit of planning. So the Knight of Wands will plan a little bit because they want this gesture, you know, to be successful. If I'm going to get this, maybe I need to make an offer because the Knight of Wands can be that, making an offer, going after something. So yeah, they may have success because they're going to look before they cross the street. They're going to kind of figure out the pattern of traffic. So, okay, okay. But they know they need to take the chance to get over there. They still need to do that or they're not going to get this. Then you get the Knight of Pentacles, which is usually not moving at all because the traffic is scaring the crap out of the Knight of Pentacles. It's like, there's no way I'm going to cross that street. But that's what I've always wanted. Well, maybe it'll come to me. So the Knight of Pentacles might sit there and wait for it to come to them. So the Knight of Wands is a little bit similar to the Knight of Cups. This knight will take a chance, will go after something, but it's kind of calculated. They will kind of assess the risk. Is the risk greater than what the reward of achieving this is? Then the Knight of Wands is probably not going after it, where the Knight of Swords would have done it and then would have got squished by the car. So the Knight of Wands is like, They're looking at how much traffic is going by and what that is over there. I think, you know what? Yeah, this is doable. I can do it. I'm going to go get it. But I have to, you know, and now I go. So that's kind of the difference of the knights for me. How I see them in terms of taking the action. And it's very creative too. Like where the Knight of Cups may have been like, okay, I need to plan this just right. It needs to feel really good in my heart. It feels good. This is a good time to walk out, right? So they might get squished. They might get squished because, you know, intuition is good, but I wouldn't use it when you can use your eyes too. Like if it's like the traffic is moving, it's probably not a good time to go. With the Knight of Wands, it's like, yeah, I'm going to see that. And it's usually very athletic energy. I'm going to jump over this car, I'm going to weave around that truck, and I'm going to go get it. So there, that's your advice. That's your advice card. The Knight of Wands. There you go. So maybe you're doing a good thing harnessing a bit of fire energy here. Just cool it down a bit, because even fire energy for fire signs, too much of it isn't good, right? I mean, I don't even have that much of it because my moon is in Taurus. My moon is in Taurus. And then I have a whole bunch of things in Gemini and all over the place. But you can tell I have a whole bunch of things in Gemini and all over the place by how fast I talk and how much comes out of my mouth sometimes. And that's it. Oh, look. So the bottom of this deck is the Magician. Manifestation. There you go. That was an interesting reading, Taurus. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And till next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.